Good evening. It's been an awfully long time since I've done a video because Underworld about killed us. It's been the dark and dismal winter. We've ended up watching an awful lot of television that hasn't been Doctor Who, including Kimmy Schmidt, which is just blissful, and The Crown. But we're back on the wagon, and as is retrospective Whoathon rules, we have watched the Invasion of Time, one episode at a time. None of this cheating malarkey, we've done it properly. Now, the Invasion of Time I had only watched once before, and that was not particularly auspicious watching of a Doctor Who story. But I think that was because we watched it in the Sontaran sequence. So we'd had Time Warrior, Sontaran Experiment, Invasion of Time, and whichever the other one is. Oh, yes, that one. So I remembered it not with a massive amount of affection. However, whether it's because it's off the back of Underworld, I've really, really, really enjoyed the Invasion of Time. Going back to Gallifrey is always exciting. However, it often feels as if that falls flat. And certainly that was my memory of Invasion of Time. But it didn't seem to have that impact. I still felt that synergy with Deadly Assassin. Didn't feel too far removed from the Gallifrey that was painted in that story. The mystery of what the chuff is the Doctor doing at the start, I think, was pretty well handled. Although this era of Doctor Who does seem to struggle with these bigger concepts sometimes. There's a lack of attention to detail, I think, in this era of Doctor Who. And whether it's Baker running rampant, the lack of characterisation of Leela, who of course has gone now, we shall miss her, I think, probably, or will we? Will we, Lib?
I'm not listening to what you're saying, so...
Thank you for that contribution, darling. And, you know, some of the Sontaran costumes, the choice of sets for the TARDIS at the end is, at points, bizarre. There's an almost pantomime-ish quality to some of this, which kind of cuts against the drama of what's going on. These are seriously high stakes here. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that this is a lumpy story, and there's a lack of attention to detail. However, I think the chutzpah of Baker and Barusa in particular, and the Chancellor, Cardinal Chancellor, what's his name? Can't remember, and I can't remember the name of the actor, although he sits heavily in my consciousness. Anyway, there are moments in this that just make it not transcendent, that's too big a thing. Ronan as well, why is she not a companion? I mean, we know who's coming next, she's not that far removed from that issue. So yes, Invasion of Time. We have particularly enjoyed it. First 4 episodes are great. I think the last episode was a romp, perhaps not quite in keeping with the rest of it, but it's a season finale, what can you do? Now, let's say this. This is an era of Doctor Who I don't feel massively au fait with, which is daft because I love Baker. But this season's been somewhat of a disappointment. Let me go and find a list. Stay there. Lib, say something entertaining. Lib?
I can't really listen.
That's not helpful.
Merry Christmas.
I'm back. So what have we had this season? We've had... forgive me. This book's awful, by the way. I'll show you the cover in a minute and we can laugh about it. Fang Rock, amazing. Invisible Enemy, the worst Doctor Who story in a long time. Image of Fendal, okay. Sunmakers, good. Underworld, the worst Doctor Who episode in a long time. And Invasion of Time, good. So lumpy. Inconsistent. This is not what we've become used to with Baker, is it? So, what's going on? Well, a bit of research is required. I'm certainly not going to use this book, which is appalling and should never have been published. But there we go. Listen, happy Christmas. Not seen you in a while. I don't know who watches this these days. Probably nobody, but that's fine. Happy Christmas. Have a good one. We shall return with the hunt for the key to time. Farewell.